Guess who's back? Back again.
You're back?
Off topics.
You listen to Eminem or what?
Back
Shady?
again.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand
Guess
up?
Who's back? Guess who's back? We're back. God damn it.
Shit, what's good? What's good with you?
We finally get to introduce Cam Juice.
Man,
Cam.
disclaimer.
Ren.
That's nothing to be. That's
Thierry.
Yeah, that's
The
better. No,
one
not the.
and only.
Not the. I'm just a regular guy like everyone else.
No, you'll get to learn about this man. He's not regular. He ain't no regular pedestrian.
Oh my!
Say that
Wow!
much.
Wow! Wow!
Oh man. Well, this is another episode of Off Topic. Like I said, we get to introduce my boy Cam over here. You'll get to learn a little bit more about Clean Theory.
Nah.
What you mean?
I'm just like I said, bro. I'm just a regular guy.
Anyways, we'll jump into it. So what's up, man? How you been?
Shit.
You been chilling?
Just been chilling, working, going to school, working out.
Making moves.
The
or
huge. Yeah, with this, I guess. Yeah. That's about it, honestly. I ain't focused on nothing else but my main goals. So.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of main goals, why don't you tell us a little about where you're from? A little background story about you. Your peanut head you used to have back in the day.
I was born in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but I'm from Austin, Texas. It's where
you're from Virginia. You moved to Austin. Get it correct.
Okay. No, I'm from here because I lived here most of my life.
But you're from Virginia.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I was from Virginia. Whatever. Lived here. Lived here most of my life. Went to school with this clown at Pflugerville. We became best friends probably right after I went to school. Like, we were always close, but we didn't become close till probably like a month into me leaving, being in Durango, which we'll touch on later. But yeah, just from here, and that's how I met you too, just through high school and stuff.
But before all that, before you met me, before you on the Durango, before all that, like, what was your childhood like? Where'd you go to school?
My childhood.
Like,
Okay, so my childhood.
let us know a little bit.
I went to Windermere.
Like Windermere Elementary?
Windermere Elementary and Primary. Went to Windermere Elementary and Primary. Ended up getting moved into charter school. I went to school called Harmony School of Science from 4th through 8th grade. So I kind of had a big disconnection from my friends that I grew up with and all that. I used to play football like in the street.
See, I didn't know you went to. I thought you started at chart. Like I didn't know you went to public.
Yeah,
school.
that's how I met everyone else. So that's why when I went back to Pflugerville when I was in high school, I knew everyone because of those days. But went there. I definitely say it was a unique experience, just learning.
Yeah.
Just being in, because like the education was extremely hard. Like, it was hard. So it was a more of advanced education, but it was also a different demographic of people. I went to school with like a lot of foreigners. That's when I got real big into soccer and me playing soccer because nobody really played football there. So I was athletic, so I ended up playing soccer with everyone.
So like that's when I got really good. Like when you weren't, I guess at Harmony, you'd play like football on the streets with your boys.
Yeah, I played football on the streets with my boys, and I did PYFL, which is like Pop Warner. I did that all the way up until 7th grade. It was a weight limit league, but that's what I did up till 7th grade, and then I couldn't play in 8th grade because I was just too old. So I just kept playing. So I actually won Harmony their first like ever sports trophy flag football tournament in 8th grade. I single-handedly won it. Like not even being cocky. I single-handedly won.
So you nice is what you're
No.
So you nice.
But I played quarterback there. So
you used Johnny Manziel on everybody or what?
Bro, they didn't block, so I just had to run every time. And so I single-handedly won that trophy. That was like I think the only sports trophy they had for a while. But I ended up going there. I learned Turkish.
Boy.
I say this sentence that everyone says he's like it's the same sentence, but for the viewers who've never heard me speak Turkish, I'll say it real fast. Merhaba, which means hello. Nasılsınız, which means how are you doing. Teşekkür ederim, iyiyim, siz nasılsınız. So if you say that, it's like it's like a response. So it's like thank you, I'm doing well. How are you doing? I just like saying that because
the only Turkish
super.
You know,
No, I can say a lot of stuff, but it's just super easy and it's super simple.
Anyways,
but
so I guess since you went to elementary school here, you moved here at an early age.
Yeah, so my dad was in the Navy for 7 years. He got out the Navy.
Thank you for your services, Mr. Thur. Appreciate you.
But he had a nuke background, but it was harder for him, especially like being in the South, because my mom's from Charleston, South Carolina. So being in the South, even then, like it's just hard for my mom and my dad to get jobs. You know, my mom was educated, and my dad like had a Navy nuke background. It was just being in the South. You know how the South is. It's just hard like to get jobs and keep jobs. So my dad ended up working for a gas company in Savannah, Georgia. That's probably the worst place in America. I'm not even lying. Like it's
what? I liked it.
Touristy is nice, but
okay.
like, but bro, the people be struggling there. But my dad got a job at Moltec, which is IBM now at the time. When we moved here, that's Austin, and then after we moved to Austin,
how old were you when you moved here?
I was probably like 3.
Okay.
I spent like 6 or 7 months away from my parents at that time because I lived with my grandparents, and that's when they like helped potty train me, and I lived with my grandparents while my parents were focusing on moving to Austin. They ended up following each other, driving from Savannah all the way to Austin. So I didn't see my mom for like 7 or 8 months at the time. So I was gone for a while. So I was with my grandparents in Oklahoma, but that's how I ended up getting here. So,
well, I mean, I've known you for a while. I didn't even know you went to a public school before a charter school. But what was it like just going from a public school to a charter school and back to a public school? Because like my original question was gonna be like, how was it?
Yeah.
Going from a charter school to a public school, but I didn't know that you already went to a public school. So what were those transitions like for you?
Definitely, I think definitely going into charter school from public school, it was, I wouldn't say the transition was too hard. I think the hardest thing was getting used to wearing uniforms every day and looking like everybody else. That was very hard to kind of fathom just due to the fact I was just used to wearing whatever. And I guess like me, and just dealing with all the minorities, like all the foreigners, all the people.
What happens if you don't wear the uniform?
You get used to, they had a system called DPS points. So if you got 10 points in a week, you get detention. My little brother actually got suspension at Harmony because he had 70 DPS points in a semester.
Cleanly,
but Colin used to be real bad. But anyways, you get DPS points for like. So for dumb stuff, like I would if you threw gum, 3 DPS points. One time I got profaned.
Why would you throw gum?
It's just a rule in there.
Well, why would you throw gum in general?
Shit, I don't know. People are
me neither.
But I got 5 DPS points for profanity because I said shut up to a girl in class in like 6th grade or something like that. And I was like, so I literally had to argue with the principal that it's not profanity. And like to a Turkish person, they like don't know, like they think like you're cussing in a sense. And I was like, I literally had to bring my mom and dad in. And I was like, that's not cussing. I just told someone to be quiet. That's just rude. 6th grade was that like 12?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, I was like, anyways, so that was a hard transition. But anyways, it's like that dealing with all the foreigners. It was definitely different, a different culture, different vibe, and I just got very disconnected from, I guess, like all my public school friends. I hit like a real nerdy phase just because like that's what I was around. Was nothing bad about that, but I still like play sports. So I was still athletic and stuff. I went to Pflugerville going into 9th grade, and honestly, the disadvantage I had with it is it just made me kind of what's the word? I guess like shy. Not shy, but not able to openly talk to people or like seeing how people acted, because you know how people.
Why?
I don't know. You just know how people acted in public schools. They're just bad and stuff. Like
Conley.
Yeah, they're not like that, but like they're just bad and stuff, or like they just do whatever. At Harmony, like everyone was just like angels, like good ass kids, like didn't do nothing wrong. So just that transition, and then obviously like seeing girls and stuff, and like hitting puberty, it's just different. I was just like, I didn't know how to approach girls or anything like that.
You still don't.
Anyways, didn't get this nickname for nothing.
I told you. Clean.
But
Juice. Should I continue? Clean. Juice.
No.
The one and only. I mean, shit, you got so many nicknames. Goat.
No.
Legend.
Oh my God, now you're just making stuff up.
Oh, yeah. That's some of the audience. I'll
Wow.
tell you.
But
cleanest one we know.
That's really, that was much.
You're fucking perfect.
Oh
dude.
my God. Shout out to Pamash. But that's really that. That was how my transition went. I definitely had to leave. That's the only way I was gonna go play football in college, so I had to leave.
So I mean, what since you couldn't play football there was like what was the first was soccer the first sport you fell in love like what was the first sport you fell in love with since you couldn't play football? I mean, you played football at Harmony, but it wasn't like it was if you went to a public school.
I still was in love with football because I still played outside of.
That was your first love?
Still, yeah, because I still played outside. I played because I've been playing football since I've been 5, so I was playing outside of school still until the age limit restricted me from. So 8th grade was the only year I didn't play without pads. Like whenever you're available to play in pads.
So your first year was 8th grade that you played with pads?
No, I played with pads all the way from like 9 to like 14. 14 probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But 8th grade, since I couldn't play PYFL anymore and I was at Harmony, I couldn't play. I didn't play pads that year. So I basically took a break from pads, but I still played flag. It's not the same, but
yeah,
that's why like when I got to Pflugerville, it was everyone was shocked that I made A team and started because no one knew who I was. And I used to tell my dad, I was like, I'm going in from public school or charter school to post school, and he's like, you'll be fine. Like you'll start. You're better than him. He's like, you've been playing football your whole life. I was like, yeah, that's true. So anyways, yeah. I ended up playing. I love soccer. That's what got my passion for soccer. Just playing with all the foreign people and just how good they were, and me being not as good as them. Like me being a competitive person, it made me get good like that. So I ended up getting good like that as well. And I played select for a few years before I had to kind of pick.
Did you play soccer in high school or no?
Nah.
No, why not?
Mainly because of off season with football. I was just so focused on football and also running track. Took away from that, and I thought that was more beneficial to what my long-term goal was.
So you played football 4 years of high school, and
football 4 years of high school, and I ran track 3 years. I was on varsity as a freshman for track, but
what year didn't you run?
My senior year, because I already had like an offer, so I was more focused on my craft for football. Like I didn't want to waste time running track if I wasn't going to use it. So I'd rather like get faster.
You wouldn't you didn't want to try to do like what some of the like D1 players do, like try to get like a D1 offer in track, then like walk on the football team. You didn't want to do that?
Nah, I just personally didn't love track like that.
I feel that.
It's
is it just something you do it just for conditioning or
conditioning and to get faster?
Like to get faster.
I recommend anyone that's playing sports run track. If you're in high school, run track. Even if you're playing basketball, whatever you're playing, because you can always be faster no matter what. Like it helps everything. This is a natural thing you need. I just didn't like practicing. Like track practicing is just daunting on your body. Like it's not fun.
Yeah.
But
so we know a little bit about the football part now.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna bring up like you going to college, but you already said it.
Yeah, but I didn't touch on it.
Why? What school did you choose?
Initially, I chose Texas Lutheran College. It was the first school I committed to. I almost went to University of Tulsa and UTSA, but they ended up offering like another corner, so I became a preferred walk-on option. And there's no money in that for people who don't know what that is. It means you have a spot on the team, but you have to earn a scholarship. So Texas Lutheran offered me, but they were D3. And after looking at the amount of money I was about to spend to go there, I was like, no.
Because D3s can only offer like academic money.
Yeah, and I was still gonna spend like probably like 40 G there. So I was like, no. So Fort Lewis, I went to a Baylor camp, and Coach Crawford, who played at Baylor, was there running the camp, but he was also a coach at Fort Lewis at the time. He saw me there, met me there, just talked to me about the school, whatever. In my mind, I'm just like, what the fuck is Fort Lewis? Like, I don't know what that is. Didn't care. I'm in this senior year, so I'm just like chilling in class or whatever. I get a call to go down to the coach's office. He's there, and he's like, just me and him just chop it up in the room, and he just talks to me. He says he wants to have me on a visit, blah blah blah. So me and my dad drive 14 hours to Durango.
Why'd y'all drive there?
It's cheaper, and it was in the middle of the winter.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was like in January. Yeah,
y'all never fly to Durango.
It's expensive as hell.
Stupid.
But we drove there, and I like met everyone there, and it was really beautiful. at the time they were giving me a full ride, so I was like, that's just money I can't turn down, and it was an opportunity to get out the state, so I took it. And we had a good coach. We had John L. Smith at the time. We had coached at Arkansas, at Michigan State, a bunch of D1 programs. So he was like he knew a lot of people. So I was like, I can't turn that. And then Coach Crawford was there from Wyoming and Baylor and Tulsa. So I was like, I can't turn that down. So I ended up going there. We were really good my freshman year. We went 7-4.
So is that why you chose there? Did you choose to go to Fort Lewis mainly because
of the money?
The money?
Yeah, that's like probably like number one for sure. It's just too much to pass up, and I just thinking long term, getting out of school, having no loans, like.
Yeah, it's gonna benefit you more than like you being in loan debt.
But I ended up going there, and that's when me and you got close. I didn't really like it at first, especially just because the transition from high school to college is ridiculous. Like, you might train as hard as you want. Like, I was a person that played football, and I actually didn't BS. Like, I trained. Like, I actually, like, cared in high school. Like, a lot of kids are just talented. But still getting to college, it was just like...
Everybody's talented.
Everyone's good. Like, when you get to college, everyone was that guy at their high school.
Yeah.
So, everyone's good. And no matter what level you are, like, everyone was still that guy, or they were still good at their high school. And I was just... It was just hard, bro. Like, camp was so... Like, John L. made the camp to where he wanted people to quit, regardless of their scholarship or not. He wanted it to be that hard.
Why?
Because he just didn't want any people... He didn't... Because, like, a lot of people, they like signing that shit, the dotted line saying, I'm going to this school.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, they just like being a football player. They don't like playing. Like, they like being able to associate with the team, wear the jersey, all that stuff, which is true. Like, even like, there's people at my school now that do that. So... going there, I just wanted to quit, mainly because I was just really homesick. I had never been that far away from my parents on my own, and being 18, like, that far away. School hadn't started, so when you go to fall camp, we were there literally a month before school started. There was nobody there. It was literally just the football players, and it was football from 6 to 6.
Sheesh.
Every day. Like, we had no days off. Every day. Sunday through Sunday. It's terrible. It kind of lightened up once the volleyball and soccer girls came, because, Durango goggles. So everyone was in the cafeteria like wow, like, you see her and her, because like you haven't seen girls in like a couple weeks. So
I forgot what a girl was.
Everyone was like freaking out. Durango goggles, whatever. Then
some of them orangutans, boy.
Some of the girls were kind of nice, but we ended up starting school. And that's when you hit me up, actually, like right when I moved into my dorm, because I didn't even met my roommate yet. That's when you hit me up.
That's one real one. That's one.
And then that's when we got close. And what really helped me get through my first year of college was my ex, Christina, and then my first roommate, Jack, and then Cayman. Those three mainly helped me get through my first year. So transitioning into my sophomore year when I want to transfer, I don't know if you're going to ask me that or not. Yeah. But okay, well, that's fine. I'll just talk about it. Going into my sophomore year when I was in transfer, main reasons were I felt like I wasn't playing as much as I should be. So I felt like I was wasting my time. I was too talented. I was just wasting my time. 2, my girlfriend at the time had left. She had transferred to Southern Utah, Cedar City. It's in Cedar City. Transferred there. Came in, left. He transferred back home and went to San Angelo because his grandma was really sick, so he wanted to be close. They all 3 left, and Jack left. And Jack went to university.
So, like, all your close friends.
Yeah, they all, like, he went to University of Arizona. At the time, I wasn't really close with my football teammates like that, because my freshman year, I just stayed in, played games all the time with Jack, and then like Christina would come over and we'd hang out. Everyone left, so I was just like, damn, I had no idea what to do. And the reason I was there wasn't working out. Like, I wasn't playing that much. I was just like pretty like, I'm not gonna say depressed. I was just more just annoyed at the situation, and I just wanted to take it in my own hands. So that following December, I applied at UTSA and Texas State. I got accepted into both. I sent them my film, and I was gonna be like a preferred walk-on. I was gonna walk on and try to get a scholarship and just go back home. I ended up talking to Coach Crawford and Coach Rev, who really got me to stay because he gave me more money. So that's really why I stayed. He just gave me extra money just to stay, and it was like I didn't even need it, so I just had like money just there just cause. I ended up staying. And then from that point on, me and Coach Crawford got closer. We kind of butted heads that spring, but after we had our conversation, like going into my junior year, I ended up starting more and playing more. And I think it was a better decision for me in the long run, because I think if I would have came back home, a lot of people do that. They go somewhere else, they come back home, they become regular students, and I don't think I would have. I mean, personally, I don't quit.
Can't be no regular pedestrian.
But I was not trying to I wasn't trying to just shit an opportunity away just because it was hard, and then come back home and then not play. It was already, like, at least at Fort Lewis, I was already established. I knew the coaches. They knew who I was. They've seen me work. Like,
so you don't regret transferring at all?
No, not now. No. Yeah.
No. Was it? What made you stay? Like, was it that talk? Did they like just put your mindset like in a different place, or like was it just because they gave you extra money? Like, what was the reason why you ended up staying and not transferring?
A lot of it had to do with the money. Too, at the time, I knew that, I don't know, maybe the girl I was dating could be like the one. So I wanted to be as close as I could to her. So I'd rather be 6 hours from her than 15, 16 away. So it was a lot, and we could at least meet or something. So being close to her was important, and then just like having those talks with the coaches and stuff, just having that spot mainly. It's just, I just know how hard it is to go somewhere else, to go to another program where they already have their guys in their mind. Yeah. You gotta really do the extra mile. Like, you gotta, one, be talented, and you gotta go the extra just to get a shot at a school like that. So I was just like,
you probably could have started at Texas State.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would have hated playing there, because they like Fort Lewis. We weren't that good, but Texas State is like, I feel like they don't give a fuck over there, to be honest.
I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how you in Texas, like,
they're bad. Like, they're
bad.
shady.
Like, I mean, that's
yeah.
So you stayed there for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
ended up graduating there. Graduated with an accounting major.
Mm-hmm.
Did you minor in anything?
Minored in econ.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Why econ? Like, what?
Mainly because my minor at the time was finance. I thought finance and accounting were like too closely looped, so I wanted to kind of make myself more marketable. So, and I always just like economics, like how stocks worked.
Yeah.
Just how the money, like, I like seeing what money does to the economy, like how it like gets put to use. I think it's also super helpful, just knowledge to have.
Like,
so
just like money, like knowledge, or like
just like economic knowledge,
okay.
Or just like just knowing what's doing what these charts mean, why people make decisions they make.
Yeah.
Like, it's just very, and it was also, that's just very interesting to me. Like, I feel like it's not boring. So I did that. And I also like my professors a lot that were econ professors. That's the main reason I went with that. I was an engineering major when I first went there, but I just didn't have time with football and stuff. It's either I felt like I was gonna have to pick one. So, yeah.
Well, you played football, played soccer, played video games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, well, you don't play soccer anymore, but
yeah.
I mean, obviously football is the biggest one. But besides football, like, what was your biggest? Besides either playing or watching it, what was your biggest hobby? Well, what are some of your biggest hobbies?
Like me and you both, just video games. Every time I get a chance to play or have some free time, I'm playing. I've been playing since I've been 3. My first console was PlayStation 1, and my first game was Spyro with a Dragon. That's my first game.
Why'd you start playing? Like, what was?
Mainly because of my dad.
Yeah.
Like, for a 3-year-old to be playing PlayStation like that was because of my dad. He bought me the PlayStation 1. I was a PlayStation guy like you. And I had a PlayStation 2. I still have one. But I ended up playing. I just used to play PlayStation all the time. I used to game all the time. Play like little story games like Ratchet and Clank, things like that. And sports games. And then the Wii and Xbox, like the new like that generation behind the one right now that we're on, came out, like Wii, 360, PS3. Like that generation came out. And like the Wii, everyone wanted a Wii. Just because of like
trash.
It was trash, but just because it was just so interactive.
They messed that up so bad. It was bro. I was so disappointed. Yeah. I was like, "What are y'all doing, dog?"
So I wanted a Wii. So I used to get babysit by this one lady, and her daughter had a Wii. And we used to play. Me and Colleen used to play our Wii all the time. I played that or whatever, but I was like, oh, that's whatever. I actually wanted one. Like, asked my parents for one for Christmas. My dad was like, I don't know. So then I met
Good thing you didn't
Alyssa
get you- did he
Eccles,
get you
who
one?
no,
Okay, good.
I met Alyssa Eccles, who I used to play football with her. She was like a girl on her team, but I met her, and one time I had to go get a ride with her for practice, like her and her dad for practice or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm playing Halo 3 on their Xbox. I had played Halo before at Harmony. I played Halo 2, but I wasn't.
Did you play on the PC or did you play on Xbox?
I played on Xbox original.
Because did it come out on the PC first or the Xbox first?
What, Halo? The first Halo?
Yeah,
It
because
came
there was
out
a Halo
it
on
came
the
out
PC,
on Xbox
right?
first. Yeah, it came out on Xbox first.
There's a Halo on the PC.
Yes.
Which one was that?
One.
One, and that came out on the Xbox. Then it went to PC.
Yeah. But I played Halo 2 at Harmony. I was terrible, but they loved Halo. So I was like, damn, like I had no idea what I was doing. I was getting like shitted on.
Sound like me.
Yeah. And I just faintly remember that game. Then I played Halo 3, and like the exact moment I just remember playing on Valhalla, and I hijacked a Wraith and like threw a grenade in the Wraith, got off the Wraith, and it blew up. And that was like the coolest thing to me, like seeing, like being able to do that, like hijack something in a game. Like I didn't know like you could do shit like that in games, like in a shooter. After that, I was hooked, and I asked for a 360 and got Halo 3, and I just played the shit out of Halo. And that's really why I was already good at games, but that's what made me like elite, in my opinion. I think I'm elite.
What game made you like fall in love with gaming?
Halo for sure.
Halo?
Because there was just so much stuff I did on it, like just playing
Like
regular.
out of all, like even before Halo, like when Halo got here, like that was the
like
game.
I played Ratchet and Clank and like Midnight Club and like all those dope games, but they were just like I was addicted, but World of Warcraft also, that I'd probably throw that in. World of Warcraft and Halo, probably those two games are the games that made me just like I had to play them. Like I was that addicted.
Man, the game that made me fall in love, kind of go back to me, but the game that made me fall in love with gaming was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah,
that's how
that
it was.
too.
Like, I had to play. Like I had to play. I remember summers like staying up till 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Parents waking up, coming like, "You're still up?"
Yeah.
Like a game I just had to play.
Yeah.
Eyes heavy, getting flash and shit. Like,
yeah.
God damn, man.
That game is what made me love Call of Duty. Because I got Call of Duty 4 because of John. I was terrible. But I got Call of Duty 4 towards like the end of its life cycle. I probably got Call of 4 like in April. Most people don't know Call of Duty's come out yearly in like the fall, like around October, November.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Modern Warfare 2. When I got that, I was just like, wow, this game's a game changer. And I just played. And that's what it got me into Call of Duty heavy. And now I consider myself like an actual gamer. Like a lot of people say they game, but they play like 2 things, 3 things. Like I think me and you both, if it's entertaining, we'll play it. Like we'll play anything.
I mean, I guess it kind of like you just kind of have your own definition of like being a gamer. Because I mean, I personally only play like one game, and that one game is Call of Duty.
But there's nothing.
But
out,
I would still consider myself a gamer just because of the amount of hours that I play.
That's
how I consider like a person a gamer, is just the amount of hours that they put into gaming.
But also I feel like there's nothing out. 2,
but even if there was stuff out, I'd still be playing Call of Duty. Like, because that's just like I said, that I fell in love with Call of Duty, so that's where my heart is with Call of Duty. No matter how good or how bad it is, like that's what I am. But
I feel like you're one of those people. Like me and you both are one of those people. Like if someone's like, "Oh, play this or try this," we'll play it. And
yeah, for sure.
I think like I've always been the person. It just takes me like a few times playing a game and I get good at it. Like it's not hard for me to get good at a game. Especially the only thing that I hate that I don't do is I play so many games and I'm good at a lot of games. So you don't play just shooters? Yeah, I play everything. I play like my favorite story game is probably like Tomb Raider, like the Tomb Raider series, especially the new one on Xbox One. Like that's like one of my favorite.
I almost
things
got all of them on PC.
I like Red Dead. I play games like Forza. Forza, I like Forza a lot just because of how that's another hobby I can get in, like cars.
I remember us playing Red Dead on Xbox 360. Y'all were the reasons why I got an Xbox. Actually,
that was
like
fun.
I said,
actually,
I was a PlayStation guy. Like I said, I was a PlayStation guy, and like that was the only game I played on Xbox. I didn't even play it that much.
But I
didn't even buy the Xbox. My parents bought the Xbox with a Kinect.
Mm-hmm.
But just y'all would always mess me up on Red Dead.
We were jacking around on that game.
Always mess, like,
especially like the little
y'all
duel
had
at the
everything.
beginning.
Y'all had everything. I had nothing.
Yeah,
and y'all would always mess me up. That would piss me off. I was, man, it's like fun, man. And then I bought my own Xbox One because of you, and that's when I got it.
That's like playing Halo, showing you Halo. That was like a good time for me too, because I think that's when me and Christina broke up. Actually, right after we broke up, me and you were playing hella games together. Like we would play Halo like every day.
Yeah, so I went from like PlayStation every day, and then I went from like Xbox like, every day, and now I'm back on PlayStation.
Yeah, and especially with crossplay, like it's nice. But we were playing Halo like every day. And that's I think that like you are getting better at games, but I think that helped you a lot as well.
So you played shooters, RPGs. Did you play shooters and RPGs or?
I play sports. Everyone plays sports, but I play racing games here and there, like Forza. Fighting games. I'm really good at fighting games actually. Not to like toot my horn, but I'm actually like good at really good at Mortal Kombat.
What's Forza?
It's a racing game exclusive to Xbox, but
like a Gran Turismo.
Yeah, they have a simulation, and then they have Forza Horizon, which is like a street racing. You can just cruise, go wherever. My preference is the simulation. I like Horizon a lot, but I like the simulation just because I like the realisticness of it.
Yeah.
Forza is so realistic with it, creating your car, the customization, all that stuff, and that's why I fell in love with that game. So, and also like digressing into my other hobbies, like. I love messing with cars and things like that. And Forza's like since obviously you can't just go buy these cars. Forza's probably the closest thing to driving, owning one.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because like my next question was like, what got you into cars? Mm-hmm. Like, what was it like at an early age, or like was it Forza? Was it like a young age? Like were y'all like what made you just fascinated by like the outside and the inside of a car? The sound?
Definitely when I was young. I used to. Probably people don't know this, but between me and Colleen alone, we probably had
probably like Matchbox
500 or 600 Hot Wheels cars. Because we had like 6 cases full of cars, like just crazy stuff.
Like were they open or no?
What do you mean?
Like when y'all got the Hot Wheels, did y'all keep them in the packs or like?
No, we took them out because we had like cases.
Because I know some of them run up there.
Yeah. We kept.
Y'all probably have one that like runs up there, but it's not worth it.
I don't even know where ours are. I hope we still have them, but
we're about to go home play.
Yeah, we have like hella
closest Hot Wheels thing cars. I got to like Hot Wheels like tech decks.
Yeah, hell yeah, and and I always watch NASCAR. Like I used to love NASCAR.
No, the left turn.
Yeah, like. That was like one of the.
I never got into NASCAR.
I just like driving the cars. I used to play NASCAR. I used to play NASCAR 2000 on PlayStation 1, and I used to just play the hell out of it. Make a driver like do the cup and stuff and do the career. I played that. Gran Turismo 2 was the first like simulation game I got, and then on PlayStation 2 I got Gran Turismo 4 and 3. Played those and I was like, damn, this game's dope. But I just used to always like watch cars. I loved car racing and stuff like that. When I actually started really, really getting into cars, though, like outside of like fake stuff, just like stuff that's not attainable.
Like Need for Speed kind of stuff.
Was probably
like Too Fast, Too Furious.
Shit, was probably when going into high school. I watched this dude's channel called That Dude in Blue and Vehicle Virgins. They were not as big as they are now. Like right now, they're both huge now, but when I used to watch them, they were just starting out doing whatever. I liked watching them too because of how authentic it felt and the kind of cars they drove and just getting into all kind of cars. It also made me appreciate every type of brand and car and what they do more because a lot of people are like, oh, like you drive this like it's a POS. Like a lot of people think because I'm preferably like I love German cars, BMW in particular. A lot of people say like BMWs aren't reliable or you pay a lot of money for all that stuff. Realistically, there's only like one BMW that's probably not reliable, and it's the 2007 to 2012 335i, just because that engine is ridiculous. Like that engine is like you can do crazy shit with the engine, but it's just not reliable. But that people like think that the car's not reliable, but it is. You just have to take care of it. Like I've had like problems with mine like in the like recently. It's fucking bullshit. But
I mean, it's what?
It's just because it's old though.
Yeah, it's like 12 years old.
Yeah, and it has like 150,000 miles, and I'm just running strong.
That's low too.
Yeah. So.
So what was it? BMW that? Because you said you like German cars. So was it like BMW that like got you into German cars, or was it
definitely
all the German cars in general?
Definitely
like
BMW.
Mercedes German, right?
Yeah, definitely BMW. My mom used to have a SUV when I was younger, a BMW, and I like kind of like BMWs then. In high school, I wanted a 350Z, but my dad said it was like not safe, so he ended up getting me.
I think that car has like
it has the
highest
like,
death rate or something like that of any car.
Mm-hmm. But my dad got me a silver 325i as my first car. I got that my junior year. I ended up totaling that.
Boy, got money.
And then I got a 2008 328i my senior year, and I've had that car since.
How the hell you total your car?
I used to work at Discount Tire.
Your daddy at 350Z.
He used to work at Discount Tire, and like the Discount Tire on Palmer, it has the intersections where you have to. It's like 2-way traffic, and I literally had time to go. Got into the median. This car had to be doing like 60 or 70 down that road. Hits me, I tailbone out. My fucking wheels bent into my axle. It was gonna cost like $11,000 to fix. I was
because you broke your axle, right?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's totaled. So that car got totaled, and then I was just out of a car for a while, and then I was fortunate enough to get another BMW, and I was like, I'm not losing this one. And my goal is at least by the end of this year to try to have an M4. It's my goal. If not December or in January, I want one. That's my dream car.
Money.
Nah, no.
So like back to another question. Do you like more of the exterior or interior, as in the interior, as in like inside the car, like under the hood, or do you like more of the looks?
I like
the cosmetics of it.
I'm a performance person, but I know realistically you can only do so much on the street. So that's why the M4 is like perfect for me. It has 425 horsepower out the box. It's like that's a lot. Yeah,
that's enough. That's more than enough.
It's more than enough.
Way more than enough.
Shit is fast. So you don't like people like watch these crazy ass videos. These GTRs have like 1,200 horsepower. But my bro, you can't even use that. So what's the point? I just want something that's like nice. Really, like I want to be able to like people look and like they like are intrigued. And I also like German cars because their interior, like their leather, the dash, all it's like not cheap. Like Ford, no like discredit to American cars, but they're just not. They don't spend money.
My truck, dog.
They just don't spend money on their interior like that.
You spend money on my interior.
Yeah, GGs. But yeah, I mean that's just my hobby. That's what I like to do outside of. That's in my free time now. So.
Well, I got 2 more questions for you. What are some goals that you have? Because I know you set a lot of goals for yourself.
Yeah.
And you like to achieve those around certain times, and you pretty much do.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have like a goal for a short period of time for 2020? Do you have like a long goal for 2020? Like what do you have set for yourself this year? Like you just said you're in 4, so that's a goal that you have for yourself this year. Like, do you have any other ones?
My long-term goal this year, definitely us getting our place. That's super important. Just to this and to other creative avenues we want to explore. Becoming a better person, most definitely. Keep improving on that. Keep working on that. Because I used to be like
because you're an asshole, dude.
Now, but I used to be like a not super nice person, and then like life just makes you just like not give a fuck.
Dude. You be listening to too much Future.
I want to continue to like do well at my job and keep growing in my career field because right now that's like my breadwinner. And then I want to get my CPA, so I'm taking classes to do that right now. I have I probably won't be eligible till the spring because like I take 2 classes a semester and I'm
to take your test.
Yeah, that's when I can start studying for it. I can't take it though. Yeah,
studying for how long you gotta study?
Shit, I'll probably study for like 6 or 7 months of like hardcore studying. I'm probably not gonna have it till I'm 25. That's my goal. That's why I got to do it now.
Well, don't people get it a lot older?
Yeah, like a lot of people get that shit like closer to 30s. I'm not trying to be that old to have it. I want to have that shit in my like if you have that like there's this girl I worked with that was doing tax. She had her CPA. She's 26. Like that's where I want to be, like someone like that.
Trying to be a sugar daddy.
Nah, no.
You need to get your sugar mama or what?
Maybe one of these days. But
well, what's something that it don't have to be a lie. It could be discreet if you want to keep it discreet. But what's something that you want to tell the fans about this as a whole?
What do you mean? Off topic or
Off topic,
everything?
opinionated. The other thing we haven't introduced yet, like
basically, our main goal, and
like I said, you don't have to say a lot. You can be discreet. If you
I'm
want.
just
If you
gonna
want to say a lot. Then
I'm just gonna put it in this perspective like this. Long term, it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be more than just like us sitting at a table. It's gonna be like a whole creative, like corporation type thing. That's all I'm gonna say. They'll find out the rest later.
In for a treat or what?
Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of long hours, but it's gonna be worth it. Like I tell you, homie behind the camera right now, 5 years of us just pinning our head down and grinding. You look up, see where you're at. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, at
You'll
least
be
I
the
tell
director
you,
of
I
the
tell you
people
all the
behind the
time.
camera.
I tell you all the time. I want to be out of work, not work for anyone else in the next 5 years before I'm 30. Like that's the goal. It's possible.
Tony right now, he'll be the director of people behind the camera.
Yeah, the director.
No, he's gonna be the director of people behind the camera.
Oh yeah,
telling them what to do
for
and
sure.
teaching them shit.
Yeah.
But that'll do it for this segment of Off Topic. Like we said in our original episode, this is something that we want to get guests on, just to expand in their brand, to platform from other people. Like we said from our first original video, and then from on Opinionated, then our Off Topic video. But this will do it for your boy Los and Cam. We'll see y'all next time.
We're out.